Welcome to episode 3. We made it. Another milestone, another episode. First, starting off, want to thank everybody for um, all their support with episode 2, all the likes and the shares and the comments, even in person, over the internet, just letting me know, they liked the episode. They appreciated it. Um, once again, every time that happens, it makes it easier to come back with another episode. So I definitely appreciate it. Um, but without further ado, let's get into episode 3. This episode is, in fact, about dreams and chasing. So I'm calling it the Dreamchaser episode. Um, Once again, sharing just some knowledge on the topic, chasing dreams, and, hopefully I get something from it. I didn't expect episode 2 to be what it was, but here we are. So basically, you're a dream chaser. Everybody is. Everybody has dreams, things they want to do in life, things they're chasing after. Um, and basically, what ends up happening is that it's something that you can't shake. It's something that follows you in your sleep. It's something that you think about constantly, whether it's starting a business or owning something or whatever the case is. It starts off with a dream. Um, I see a lot of people out here following their dreams these days, creating different lanes and things like that for themselves in the world. And most of those things started off as a dream. So don't sleep on your dreams, because they're definitely going to bother you. They're not going to leave you alone. They're going to make sure that they know that you know that they're there. They're going to follow you constantly, daily, and they're going to make it hard for you to progress without following them. So take that chance and don't be afraid. The first step when chasing your dreams is to write it down. I'm going to repeat that once again. The first step is to write it down. Grab your phone, grab a notepad, whatever's close to you, and write what that looks like. So, write what that dream is like, give it a clear vision. Um, I'll give you a perfect example based off myself. So, back in, I want to say 2006, um, got with a group of friends, had a vision, had a dream that we started a record label. We started it. It was called Full Circle, but I had to write that down. Like, I had to come up with that name. I had to run it by, the crew. Had to make sure it worked. Um, all those things had to fall into place the correct way in order for all that to work. But it first started with me writing it down in a notebook and looking at it and saying it 10 times a day, like full circle. Okay, full circle. All right, full circle. Like, I had to make it work. So that was the first thing that you have to do. Write it down and say it to yourself. Envision it. If you got partners, let them look at it, see what it looks like on paper, put your pieces together, and then you get to your next step. Now, in this step, right, it's going to be very difficult, um, because in this step, you're eliminating any fears that you might have, right? By writing it down, taking a picture of something that is close to it or anything of that sort, right? You're eliminating all fears that you have because you're about to plunge into what your dream is. That's easier said than done, though, to eliminate the fear, right? Because you throwing caution, all that out the window, and you just like, I'm going to do it. That's not easy for most people when they follow their dreams, because there's going to be a lot of things that come at you, different obstacles, different things that happen, right? It's gonna come at you, and it's gonna make you second guess yourself. Like, one of those things is gonna be like, you're gonna have people who doubt it, right? Off top. You tell them about it, you're like, yo, I got this idea to do this, that, and the third, and they're gonna be like, you can't do that, or that don't work for you, or I don't see that working for you, that's gonna happen. Those are called doubters or haters or whatever name, creative name you got for them. Those are gonna happen. And but with that, you can't, and I repeat, you can't let them stop you from what you want to do. Um, they're gonna try their hardest, right? And you have to like put your helmet on, your deflective gear, whatever it is, because they're coming, they're coming at you. Like they really don't want you to succeed, or they think that they can do the idea better than you, and you might end up with a competitor because of that, right? They gonna think that they can run um your drink business better than you, but you came up with the idea. Or they gonna think that they can create a video podcast better than you, but you came up with the idea. People gonna hate on you, right? The whole purpose of this was me being a hater, but it turns out that I'm not a hater. But the whole purpose of this was for me to be like, yo, I really hate stuff or I don't like it, right? But this wasn't necessarily a dream of mine. That record label that I made, along with my friends, because I can't leave them out. Um, but the record label that I made was a dream of mine. I wanted to do it. My inspiration, whole inspiration around it back then was I saw Jermaine Dupri, Damon Dash, even the aforementioned Puffy, Diddy. Um, I saw them do it, so I was like, "Yo, I could do that." And I took the time and came up with, again, not by myself, but when I say I mean us. Um, came took took the time, came up with the name. We put certain pieces in place. Who's gonna make the first release? This, that, and the third singles. We did it all. It took a lot of work. Chasing your dreams is not for the weak. If you're not gonna put in the time and the effort, don't bother. Because that's also another thing. Like if you're not gonna put the time and effort in, like don't bother. Because you're not going to be satisfied with the product unless you put your all into it. And even then, you're going to change it 7,500 times, because if you're a perfectionist and you're about it being the best product that you want it to be, that first draft or that first song or that first episode or that first clothing line, that first sketch ain't gonna be the greatest thing unless you like that, unless you talented like that, and you just able to do that. It ain't gonna be your greatest thing. So you're gonna go back to the drawing board. You're gonna do it again and again and again and again and again until you feel like, yeah, I got that. This is it. I like that. So you're gonna have to write it down. That's the first step. Then you're gonna have your doubters and your haters telling you can't do it, but you got to push through anyway. Um, this episode is gonna be quick because, in my estimation, it doesn't really take a lot to do the initial push of your dream. Now, further down the road, you're gonna have to get, you know, capital and funding and things of that nature. But this is more of like a to the basics, speaking to the basics of what it takes to follow your dreams. So once you do those couple things, get a team. Now, this may sound like it's super easy. Okay, you just gonna form a team and gather some like-minded individuals that's gonna help you focus on your dream, but that's the hard part, finding like-minded individuals to help you focus on your dream, right? You got to check their temperature often. Okay, just because they say they down don't mean that they always gonna be loyal, right? Because you set this goal, this is your goal, but you finding people that's gonna help you reach your goal or reach your dream, right? And when I say check their temperature, you got to make sure that they still loyal. Because even though they may say that, and even though their actions in the beginning might show, if you get a little success, everybody get a little success. And that's when it starts to change and people start acting different and moving different, but they supposed to be your team. So often you got to check in, make sure they still loyal to the goal. If not, then you got to switch them out, do something different. They may have different goals and dreams, but if you're doing it right with your dream in accordance, if yours gets reached to a level to help out the next man, put them on, move them up. It's all about reaching back and giving a helping hand. Um, for example, with the record label, it started off, it was going great. And then at a certain point, the focus kind of shifted, like, we not gonna make no records no more. We gonna manage. So at that point in time, took it upon myself to be like, yo, I'm gonna reach out to a couple artists I know. Yo, they might need a push. Boom, I'm gonna join your team. With my company behind me, I'm gonna join your team. I'm gonna help you out. You gotta be loyal to their dream and not push your own um and I'm talking to the teammates now, and not push your own agenda. Um because those people are trusting you to do what you said you were gonna do um for them at this certain point in time. And then like I said, if it works, then they should, in good faith and good business practices, reach out to you and help you along your way if you have a goal and a dream at heart. Um, but yeah, when you forming your team, man, make sure it's two. I say between 2 and 4 people, depending on what the actual goal or dream is. 2 to 4 people, but often make sure that they are loyal to the dream that you have at that point in time. Make sure that they are loyal. I'm repeating it for emphasis. Make sure that they are loyal to the dream that you have at that point in time. So, truthfully, I said this episode was going to be short because it was down. Um, it was really just like the starting point of like chasing your dreams. It wasn't really in depth to that point, but truthfully, dreams come and go every single day. But the one that you can't let go of, or the one that won't let go of you, is the one that you should go after. It's going to be some tough days when you're following your dreams. You want to quit, you want to give up. You may feel like this ain't it. I should just go back to doing what I was doing before. But when you get to that point, when you reach a goal or you reach a milestone while following your dreams, you're going to feel so much joy at the fact that you did it. Like I said, in working in the music business and doing music for the number of years that we did it, I felt so much joy every time we were able to release a project. I felt so much joy every time I was able to hit a radio interview, or hear the song on the radio, or you know anything that happened along that way. I felt so much pride and so much. It was a comfort. It felt great because it was a dream of mine. It was a dream of ours, um, to follow that musical goal, and we did it. Um, so yeah, so if you're following your dreams, this is just a short little episode, telling you to keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. Somebody sees you. If even if you feel like you don't, keep posting about it. Um, get your logos up, get your team together. Um, and don't worry about the haters because they're gonna be there. They're gonna feel like they could do it better, or they're gonna try to do it better than you. But it's your dream. You came up with it. Don't let none of that stop you. Focus hard on it. Give it the attention it needs, and it'll grow and it'll blossom. With that being said, I hope everybody follows their dreams out there. I hope everybody becomes what they want to be in this lifetime. And I can't wait to see the positive aspects or the positive outcomes from those dreams that you're chasing. This is KB on the I'm Not a Hater podcast. Once again, proving to you that I'm not a hater. I just don't be caring. But I care about your dreams, and I hope you succeed. Peace and love.